Ladies and gents, welcome to what promises to be a high-octane display of schoolboy rugby this afternoon as we bring you the much-anticipated Premier Interschools rugby match between Grey High School of Gqeberha and the renowned Roos Gimnasium of Stellenbosch. I'm Finn Abana, with me is Garen Everts. So this clash of two of South Africa's greatest schools is proudly brought to you by dedicated sponsors, Sportsman's Warehouse. We have WeBuyCars.co.za, whose unwavering support continues to nurture the spirit of youth sports in South Africa. And what better way to capture every thrilling moment, Garen, than through the lens of SuperSport Schools, the world leader in school sports coverage, who are presenting this match live on Channel 216 and DSTV today. 800,000 subscribers and counting.
Oh, thanks, Fenner. Here we are, Grey High School at Khaleesi Field. If you look at the lineups for today, Grey High School, a couple of changes in the front row, a few injuries in the last few weeks at Wynberg. Was a bit of a war of attrition down there, but we have Zita stepping up with CJ Nordier, John Hobson at hooker. The tight forwards closed up there with Stephen Lee and Sodlaka. Loose trio of Janssen, Ward and Howard. The halfbacks, Glodlo and Smith, also untested there at 10. The wingers, De Villiers and Skosana in this. At the centres of Bongolo and Bizio, our young German man, and Meyer Prinsloo starting his second game at 15. Yeah, we're looking forward to an exciting game, Fenner. It's been a whirlwind day. Matches on all the fields here at the Gordon, the Pirates and the Pollock. Hockey last night, under lights, Friday lights. Unfortunately, our first team went down to the Paul Roos first team. As we see here, the Paul Gymnasium side.
I saw this really performed very well. Some of these results this year. A guy like Riley Norton at 7 is a dual national representative already, still at school, cricket and rugby. Oliver Reed back for his second year in the first team. Altus Rabi, standout hooker guy to keep an eye on this weekend. Ruben Kruger at 8 is also in his second year first team. Kenan Stoffels returns again, second year first team, and Matt Klein, who played Grand Coma last year. And then a lot of depth as well. Imagine that coach corner has Erard Mutz. Ian Campbell, who's not here today, was up with the Marties ladies yesterday for their final of the Varsity Cup. Got a wealth of talent and a team that's ranked number 1 by some rankings, number 3 in others, but definitely, again, historically one of the great schools in South African rugby. Named after a Springbok. 1944, the school changed its name after Sir Paul, who was headmaster of Victoria College for a long time. And then fittingly played on a field named after the current Springbok captain, Siya Kolisi, obviously a major part of the fabric of rugby at Grey High School. So, a tale of leadership, a tale of tradition, a tale of two very special schools. And yeah, I think we're for a good game of rugby at Karen.
Yeah, thanks, Fenner. We're looking for a real special game of rugby. Disappointing results there for Grey High, the third and second team outings. I know they're looking to turn the tables here, with the much vaunted first team from Paul Roos up against Grey High, who really stepped up last week at Wynberg down in the Western Cape, ending that game with a 10-all draw. A number of boys unfortunately went down injured and are not here for this massive encounter here on the Khaleesi Field.
Talk that there are a couple of Grey boys who are taken ill overnight as well, so we might see some early introduction off the bench from Grey, a few key players who've had a bout of flu apparently. So my other role as a coach, I was warned at half time that so needed to be relieved a bit, so they had a bit of energy for the first team game. But anyhow, one of these big matches.
I can tell you, Fenner, no excuses today. I think I spoke to the Paul Roos coaches last night at the function, and they said the same thing. A lot of their guys coming down with some virus bug. I think good old COVID's still around, unfortunately. A number of boys who did not play today from both schools. So we look forward to a fantastic encounter. I know our Blues, the second team, your side, went down quite heavily there, and just not taking full advantage of the opportunities.
Chat for another time, that. But Paul Roos, the run of form has been phenomenal. Drosday 73-10, Affie's 30 points at 25 a win, Waterkloof 47-25, Rondebosch 38-17, and then last week Paul Boysa 25-10. Paul Boysa have held sway in that fixture for many years, and it seems the tides have turned a little bit, and I think Paul Roos finally becoming who they should be, one of the top schools in South Africa consistently. Only one match to shout about here for the local support. 15A's victorious this morning, 17 points to 10. Besides that, the 16A's was a closest result, 19 points to 10 in the favour of Paul Roos, and the 14A's Paul Roos victorious about 43 points to 17. So they've had held sway all day long. And Grey will be looking for their first win against Paul Roos at home since 2017. Of course, we didn't have any rugby in 2020 and 2021. So we look forward for a good clash here today as we await the arrival of the hosts who are finally coming over their first team steps. They're out a shot to the right of your image. Beautiful day here. The flags will show you on the far side. The wind will be blowing from left to right on your screens. It's a fairly, we'd call it breeze in these parts, probably about 35 k's an hour.
Yeah, as the geo teacher that I am, Finna, you know that I normally come in with a bit of geography lessons on the climatology here. This big ridging high pressure that's giving us the strong east wind, which is quite unusual for this time of year. Normally the west dominates. Down into the left-hand corner, Kerwin corner, named after the famous Old Grey, Kerwin Bosch. As we see the captain of Grey, Lavela Pongolo, is coming onto the field to toss the coin with his counterpart from Paul Roos.
I think it's Riley Norton is the captain.
Looks like number 7 there. SA Schools Cricket and Rugby. Riley Norton. Grey's results this season been a mixed bag. Started off well against Hudson Park, 44-5. Beat Sax down in Cape Town, Tour 7-3. Then lost to Hilton when they were up with 10 minutes to play. Then had a solid win against Muir. And then Dale College at the Graveyard a few weeks back was a major shock in the country, I think, that weekend. Going down 25-32 to a really good Dale side that just exploited the Grey defence out wide and took all the opportunities on the day. And then, like I mentioned earlier, the game against Wynberg last weekend was definitely a highlight for the season. The boys really showed a lot of character. Grey's first team really stepped up and managed to come away with a 10-all draw. At the current rankings, 24th in South Africa, so definitely coming in with a massive underdog tag today and looking to upset the apple cart.
So 21 rugby matches today, and then Paul Roos will have teams in reserve, go down to a J team under 14. Grey goes down to an E side. Looks like Paul Roos have won the toss here, with referee young Marquin Potberg, rated very highly. Sterling praise for him from some of the older guard in the province that I chatted to in the last couple of days. I reckon he's really a guy that they are keen to see rise through the ranks. We should be ready for kickoff fairly shortly.
Well, Finna, I know you said a number of your second team boys were taken off before the end of their game. I think the game was lost by then. And probably the coach is just trying to have a slightly bit of fresh legs coming on during this game, knowing how big a game it is. I saw Paul Roos doing pretty much the same thing with a number of reserves entering the field of play in the last 10-15 minutes. Mentioning about this wind earlier, and there's this high pressure system that's dominating. Beautiful blue skies here in Gqeberha. And just unfortunately the dominant wind, which could be the major factor today in today's games.
It's interesting that the forecast was horrible at the start of the week. I was a bit concerned that we'd be weather for ducks out here again and horrible winds, but thankfully it has left a beautiful day for rugby. And the relationships between these schools so special for these boys. Over 600 boys from Paul Roos travelled across the country to fill this derby this weekend. Activity stretching from all the way from squash to tennis, mountain biking, cross country, hockey, and of course what we're all here for today, the rugby clash. Here come the men in the familiar maroon and gold, the Young Marties, as they're called in some quarters. Stellenbosch University, of course, coming out of Victoria College. Some of these great schools in South Africa. Sax mothered UCT, Rhodes University coming out of St Andrews College as well.
Yeah, just the super sport officials there just controlling the Paul Roos boys. Their exit strategy for the field was not what they wanted, as the boys sprint back to their stand on the left-hand side to support their men in maroon. The Grey boys in the stand, all well-dressed in their uniforms, well-disciplined, looking to cheer on the men in azure as they take the field, led by their mercurial captain, Lavela Pongolo.
A special tunnel there for the first team from the under 9A and B rugby players at Great Junior. Come out to watch their heroes. Be proud he saw these young men lined up earlier on, linking hands. Marvellous, and may the love for the sport flourish amongst that next generation of Grey High boys.
As the Grey look to settle into their war cry and put the challenge out to the opposition That is Paul Roos from Stellenbosch. Cheer up comes from the Grey boys on the stand. They cheer on their heroes as part of the first team squad. Looking at the squad there, Finn, I see a number of boys on the bench who didn't get game time today. Ben Vessels, I see Foster did start for you. Maguire's there, Brits. Young Dylan Garrett, who's carrying a slight injury perhaps. They're just going to test him out today and see if he can cope with a few minutes on the field at some stage.
Mercurial players, Dylan Garrett. It's a cricket ball, a country mile as well. One of a couple of dual first team representatives in these squads. Zephyr Smith gets us off to the races here. High hanging kick, and that's gone backwards. Norton managed to get hands on the ground there. Rain will dig at the base of the strike. Attack the short side here. Steergeis. It's of Dutch extraction as far as I know. Rain will pull it back with Caterpillar Ruck. Look for the bomb into this challenging win. Has been charged down. Pongola, stretching. Touch and goal. Moment of panic here from Paul Roos, and the ball evading the pursuit there of the Villa Pongolas. The dropout is a clever one along the ground.
Yeah, the quick restart there, Fenner. Caught us off guard. Gray just looking to recycle it on the halfway line.
The first carry for Nikona Sodlaka, standing last week against Weinberg. As Lemon Glodlo now has his turn of the Caterpillar Ruck to look for a high bomb. And hard to deal with in this wind. And the ball is popped free here, gone backwards. Pressure for Paul Roos. It's great attack, that breakdown. And the turnover is good. Sodlaka again. Glodlo digs at the base of the ruck. Stephen Lee. Paul Roos all over that ball. Calum Janssen picks and goes. Sodlaka again. Paul Roos is showing excellent discipline here in defence. It's great, continue to probe away around the fringes. Tanner Howard.
Called to release in the tackle there.
Sladek picks and goes again. And turnover ball, Paul Roos. Weathered a storm there. Rain will want to clear his lines. The play continues deep in Paul Roos' territory here. This breeze has stiffened substantially in the last couple of minutes. As Bahrain, as hard as he can, it's gone nowhere, but the chase is excellent from some of his players, and off. Oh, the call knock on by referee Potberg. Since Hugo Kutsia was looking to be off to the races in the corner there, Gary.
Yeah, I think Gray will be disappointed with that, Finner. I mean, they had all rights to just the left of the post. Trying to get the pick and drive gain, and something must have gone on there, a bit of a turnover. Some good defence from Paul Roos, good discipline on defence. They got their hands in the ruck for the turnover and managed to clear their lines from the young Adib Borain. And that takes play up to just outside the Paul Roos 22.
Only 3 minutes gone. I feel like we've been going here for about 2 hours.
Yeah, my back's killing me. Glodlaw with the feed. Great, definitely looking to capitalise this. This is a strong wind they've got behind their backs. It's off at least 15, 20 point wind. I know the coaches earlier were trying to work out what this wind was worth.
I'd say 20 points. I remember Weinberg in about 2018 used the wind about 28 points worth. Had quite a big following, and which I overcame and won quite comfortably. So you've got to make use of it.
Yeah, grade one to definitely make full use of the opportunities.
Let's have a line quite deep here. Out of shot, Zephyr Smith has options left and right. Meyer Prince on his inside. Excellent game last week at Meyer. And a great scrum from Paul Roos here. This great pack and a lot of pressure. There's Pongola, messy ball, finds a bit of a seam to attack. Pick up from Sodlaka. The position slows. This is really in Paul Roos's favour here. The defence is spread right across the field. Takanani Zita gets his first touch of the game, the loose head prop. Stephen Lee. Glodler looks to the left, comes back to the right. Oh, it's a poor pass. Zita spares the blushes. It's Paul Roos. Attack that ruck with vigour. Sodlaka is right next to the side of that breakdown. Earns a couple of meters the hard way. Stephen Lee, his lock partner, next to carry. John Hobson, the first touch for the vice captain, is driven back. Very good tackle. Now they'll try to go wide. Zephyr Smith finds the captain, Pongolo, who's isolated, and that looks like a turnover for Paul Roos. Brilliant work on the ground. I think by Bahrain, the scrum half. And that is excellent defensive work from Paul Roos once again.
Yeah, really good exit there from the number 9. Good steal, get back into position, and then manage to get the box kick out. So the turnover there, just a little bit scrappy there. Pongolo just knocking in the support runners to help him clear out. Playing the ball off the ground, questionable.
Fantastic work, I disagree with you. Marvellous, stayed on his feet, twisted free. The offload is marvellous, and while they are still in a defensive position, Paul Roos will continue to weather the storm. 6 minutes gone, no score here. Two full stands of boys cheering on their first teams. And that ball's been turned over. Great work from Paul Roos again. Bahrain finds Dumpies. Through their hands they go. And a chance on the outside here. Good tackle on Keenan Stoffels. Riley Norton, fast bowler of some repute as a cricketer. Bahrain. The show and go by Dumpies. So have to play as Paul Roos is to keep the ball in hand. First touch for Oliver Reed. He's lost it forward.
Yeah, it looks like Paul Roos is trying to force the play there. Probably wasn't the right move, the little pop ball in the tackle. And just unfortunately knock on there, which will give Gray some good advantage just inside Paul Roos half.
It's not the worst return though. In the conditions, they've gone through 4 or 5 phases, and again it's about controlling the clock here as well to an extent, which is more an American football term. But you want to try and spend as much time with ball in hand so your opponents aren't having a way to try on with this strong wind at their back. So
pick and
best
go.
field position I think Paul Roos have had from a set piece so far.
Yeah, the pick and go definitely the order of the day. As Ndlodlo looks to feed the scrum. Options left and right in this midfield scrum.
Grave missing the services of 3 of their first choice props at the moment. Evan Mushka has a concussion. Ross Atkinson has done knee ligaments, is out for a long period of time. Both boys had played provincially last year, and then one of your borders, Alex Ferreira, with a shoulder. So some work to do here for 2 guys who've benched a couple times this year. Second start for CJ Nordia.
Yeah, just some freak injuries there to all 3 props in the last 2 weeks. Keeping them out of play for at least another 2 or 3 weeks as well. And hopefully our young men who've stepped up from seconds and thirds can show us what they've got today.
Well, feeds that scrum. Bahrain. And a penalty. The dominance of the boys in maroon is rewarded there. It's a great pack disintegrated under the pressure. All going to plan for the visitors at the moment. No score yet. As Dumpies will have a chance to get Paul Roos into Gray's half for the first time in this game. Oh, he's given that far too much height. You can see the power of this strengthening breeze. But it's out though. Look at that.
Yeah.
Great surge, and that Nordia upended almost, getting the wrong sort of view of the clock tower there.
Immense pressure there on the Grey boys. They'll look to tidy up that for the rest of this game.
First throw for Robbie. Oh, look at the power that went. Ref's happy that it was straight to Holwell, and that Polrus maul showing its power. Controlled at the back by Robbie. This guy's being a bit of show a bit of resistance now. Spin it off to the side. Polrus in the right part of the field as Moraine tries to break. A few players possibly running a little bit slowly back onto defence. They got in his way. If Potberg allows the play to continue. Reed. Moraine finds a few options. Oh, and it's knocked on by Michael Kutsia. Disappointing in there. An impressive display of power, Garen, from that maul.
Yeah, just seen Paul Roos show what they've got, mixing it up. Pick and goes earlier. Line out balls taking us 20-30 meters back into the grey half. And Gray was scrambling on defence. Managed well to slow things down, and the ref asked for Paul Roos to use it. And then just an unforced error in the midfield there, which you can see on the replay. Gifting possession back to Gray. And
he
I'm
might
sure
have overrun that a little bit, I think, Kutsia. The hole was there. A couple of guys watching, were ruck watching, not looking up. Looks like Tanner Howard having a bit of attention there, trying to put his boot. Stephen Lee putting his boot back on again.
I think the options at scrum time here are going to be route one ball, get it back, and get a big exit downfield using this wind to their advantage.
It's really changed for Paul Roos here at hooker. We do not have a name, unfortunately, folks.
I think it's Reese Heaton.
Was it Reese Heaton? You did commentate the second team match.
He was down as the number 2 for the Blues the game before this. He actually had a very good game. Controlled the lineouts well. Managed the wind well as well. And Lord the feed. Scrum under huge pressure from this porous pack.
That's gone down again.
Yeah, referee just not happy with the stability there. See Hobson cheering on his teammates. Tanner Howard also encouraging the boys to stay in the fight.
The uninitiated would think that with the 1.5 meter push rule that the scrums are a little bit less contested, but they are ferocious at this level.
Yeah, the refs do let a bit more go than the junior levels, but you can clearly see sometimes where one side is stronger than another as St. Lordo looks to feed.
Good contest on this near side here between Nordier and Van Vieren. And Lotto's been dispossessed by Moraine. The Polrus with a chance to strike inside Gray's 22. Brand picks and goes, slips through the first tackle, finds Van Vieren. And a penalty here. The call is holding on the ground. John Hobson doing some good work, some desperate times for Gray, and they'll be keen to get out of their half.
Yeah, some excellent work there from the Grey defence under huge pressure at scrum time. And Lordlo just unable to control it at the back of the 8. And then Moraine put him under immense pressure.
Zephyr Smith looking for the further touchline, and he's found a good relieving kick for his side. See the AR has one, Trevor Derbyshire, veteran. That's great work by Tanner Howard. Sorry, Blayton. Seems to change the jerseys around a bit. It seems that Blayton Waters in the 6th jersey and Callum Jansen in the 7th. Blayton getting his hands on there.
Yeah, I think all these scrum caps nowadays also makes life a bit confusing for us commentators. As Hobson looks to feed the line out. Right in front of the Porus stand. Giving him a lot of grief.
Contest, a good one.
Oliver Reed on the charge.
Again, Gray looking for the turnover. Ref says let it go. As Moraine digs. Norton slips with the first tackle. Rangy runner is Riley Norton. Moraine. Stoffels finds Ruben Kruger. Stoffel, sorry, Dumpies. To Klein. Bahrain. Reed with his umpteenth carry of this game so far. The Lucy getting through a mountain of work. Taken again by Riley Norton. Bahrain. Stoffels. It's a first chance for Ian Smith. Bahrain. Kruger. Fights his way to ground here. Kemp. Gray struggling for a dominant tackle at the moment as Paul Roos creep ever closer to their line. As it's thrown wide. Not much work for space for Stoffels, who's heavily tackled. As Paul Roos continued to probe. Reed again. His prop partner Van Vieren in support. Finding holes now at will, Holwell. Bahrain with a bit of space to move, switches it back inside. It's gone astray, picked up by Akanani Zita. And Zephyr Smith, without much pressure on him, has not found touch. Seymour. He's tackled by John Hobson. Bahrain. Reed slips a beautiful pass to Holwell. Reed gets it back. Phenomenal skill. And Paul Roos will open the scoring here today. Greg Kemp, Pat Kemp. A great try, wonderful work from the Lucette prop. Found the hole, the offload, got it back. And then unleashes Pat Kemp, who scores close to the posts.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll see the replay in a moment here. Just the tight forwards and the Lucy's interchanging there to allow Gert Kemp to dot down just to the right of the post. And to allow their fly-off dumpies to add the two points for the conversion. But the dam wall broke there, Fenner.
Well, there's a sense of invincibility about it to an extent where Paul Roos got getting those runners into space, and eventually the mismatch appeared. And wonderful to see a big guy like that with that sort of skill there. Oliver Reed able to get the pass away, and then get the ball back again, and then to play another pass.
I think
general play was phenomenal.
Excellent defense there from Gray, and obviously the knock-on you see led to this interchange by the tight forwards. Lovely offloads in the tackle to give Kemp the opportunity to dot down under the uprights.
Gert Kemp had a little bit of work to do there, but my goodness, full value Oliver Reed has been so far. 70 minutes gone, 5-0. That's a conversion. Went wide. Great skill to take that ball above his head. It's a good carry by Kruger. Bahrain. Reed again. Found space on the outside, Seymour. And the passes just missed Keenan Stoffels on the outside. Apologies there, that's Matthew Klein there. Oodles of space on the outside.
Yeah, just the grey wings, Gosana just biting in and not tracking back. And that gave the opportunity for the Paul Roos backs to stretch their legs down the left-hand wing here. Luckily, pass did not go to hand. As you see the pass just on the shoulder. And unluckily for Stoffels, unable to control that. As Gray had a good line-out take here in the midfield.
That's an extraordinary throw in the wind from John Hobson. As Gray set the maul. Looking to control the play, control the tempo. Somehow, Altus Robbie's got right to John Hobson illegally as the advantage is forthcoming. You expect Gray to have a crack here with the advantage. That pass has found no one. Zephyr Smith. Oh, that could have been a little bit interesting. That cross kick. There had been some advantage.
Yeah, ref did call that early. It was a bit of snaking up the maul there. And advantage to Gray, and they looked to take the opportunity there, but unfortunately whistle blew a little bit too soon to give Zephyr Smith an opportunity to take play deep inside Paul Roos half.
I'm pretty sure that Coach Noel was calling penalty. It's Maul again. It's been a major weapon of the Grey attack for the last couple of years.
I'm sure they'll be looking to set up the same here, Fenner, as Hobson looks to feed the line out. CJ Njordia passing on information to the vice captain.
That throw, the wind is taken away this time cruelly from him. And Holwell, the offload in contact to Robbie's a good one. And he's got some jet shoes, does Robbie. So remarkable speed last week against Paul Boyzar as well. Holwell again. Spirain, that's an intelligent kick from him. And it looked as if Maya Prince was played in the air there. The referee has allowed play to continue. Zita goes close. Paul Roos crowd in fine voice here, the support base. Lordlaw extricates that ball from this ruck. Puts it up in the air. The chase is a very good one. It's landed free. Greg got the ball back. And another kick from Zephyr Smith. Also touch on the outside. But space to move now. Well tackled in the end by Pongolo. Through the hands they go again. Klein. And again the pass misses Stoffels. So the contrast in styles at the moment very apparent, Garen.
Definitely finding a lot more space out in this left wing, Paul Roos. Just not capitalising on a couple of errors. Passes going astray, but as we know in this wind, anything can happen.
Kutsia did really well there. The ball for all money was on the touchline. Gambled across, found some space, linked up with his outside centre. And there was a try, the begging again. You feel that pass sticks to Stoffels. He's going to go all the way and score. Going to get the five-man line-out option again. Forrest look to defend the middle. Bit of movement, well taken. Caleb Janssen. Well tackled by Van Vieren. The pass has gone to no one. Meyer Prinsloo. A little bit of pressure, the fullback. Lodlo. Pongolo running from broken play, all alone. Short pass again to Sodlaka. Paul Roos really pushing the offside line here. This one has been excellent so far. Lodlo finds Smith. Puts a high hanging kick. Chased by Meyer Prince, Luke de Villiers. Well taken by Kutsia. And holding is the call. As de Villiers wins the turnover for his school. Decision time for Grey. Penalty just outside the 22.
Yeah, de Villiers and Biggio doing some very good pressure there on the Paul Roos winger. And getting a good turnover ball. Pongolo down with the injury, which is a concern for the captain. He seemed to take a heavy shot to the ribs. You see de Villiers quickly back to his feet. All right to the ball. Paul Roos just not getting numbers there to do the clear out. And well done from the young man, Luke de Villiers. Excellent turnover at the breakdown. Supported there by the young German, Rick Biggio.
Biggio has been capped at representative level for Germany already from the Frankfurt club. Sure his parents are watching with pride.
He's joined us as an exchange student from Frankfurt Rugby Club. Lovely young man to have in the hostel. And he seems to be enjoying his time in South Africa. He did say that the level of rugby is a bit different to what he experiences in Germany.
Yeah, I said eye-opening. And fortunate is he not to play in a Premier Schools clash, sponsored by Sportsman's Warehouse. As Grey feed this line out about 8 meters away from the Paul Roos try line.
This is one of those moments, Fenner, where the Grey boys will have to capitalise. It's a strong wind behind their backs. They know at this point this wind is worth 10, 15, 20 points even. A try now is a must.
Double bailouts and the throw has gone to no one. Another opportunity goes to begging. And look at Robbie. Sets Van Vieren away. Down through the hands it'll go. Space on the outside. Stoffels. Links on the inside with Kruger. And Kruger's steaming away to the try line. Desperate tackle from Maya Prince, who's fallen over the ball, and that's a penalty. 4 times through the hands, 4 times. Paul Roos have found space on the outside. And decision time here for them. Dumpy says, give me the ball. Let's kick for the corner and set the drive in all likelihood.
Yeah, they're going to back their driving more here today. Very good scramble defense there by Gray. I think unlucky not to get the knock on, but under huge pressure. As you see, another breakaway on the left wing. This was excellent little goose step. Little inside ball, just freeing up the big 8th man. Excellent cross-cover defense there from Mayor Prince, who unfortunately illegally jumping on the ball. Just on the wrong side of the ruck.
It's off the back, and the Robbie able to hold it. Bit of a variation from Paul Roos there, trying to exploit that space on the short side. And unfortunately the pass from Kruger to Robbie wasn't a great one, really probably below his knees.
I think Paul Roos definitely done their homework on their lineouts. Throughout the course of the day, Fenner, similar type maneuvers, normally coming away with a 7-pointer, and I think they were unlucky there not to achieve the same result.
26 minutes gone, 7-0. As Gray feed the scrum in a very tough position. Paul Roos have had the edge on them in the previous couple of engagements. Pongola set to carry off the scrum. And another penalty here. Total dominance in the set piece for the boys in maroon at the moment. And they're calling scrum again. No, going for the corner. Interesting decision there. You've just had a penalty from the scrum. Could be a penalty try in the offing.
Yeah, you'll see now it's a massive scrum again. Just collapsing under the pressure. And referee awarding.
Our late father would have said frommeled, folded, scrunched, scrappled. Just a 4-man in that line out as they set the drive. Just going to try to get the defence organised. Slow ball now for Paul Roos. Inches away. We can go. Is a good one. And they get their second try to Paul Roos. I think that's the hooker. It's not just Robbie Garen who scored.
Yeah, he was well supported there by Riley
Oliver
Norton.
Reed. Apologies, the loose head Oliver Reed is a try scorer. He's been immense.
He has had a phenomenal start to this game, as you can see here on the replay. Big support there from his captain Riley Norton. Just giving him that final shove of the line, and well-deserved try. He's been all over today, offloading in the tackle, a couple of breakaways, and they're scoring his first 5-pointer.
It's a very impressive performance from Paul Roos so far, very workmanlike. Very polished. Looking for that space on the outside, but their forward pack has been very, very impressive so far.
Yeah, scrum time will be a worry for Gray. I think to get that ball through number 1 channel out as quick as they can will be the way forward. By holding that ball in and trying to look at the exit and think about it, it's giving Paul Roos every opportunity to gain a penalty advantage. Oh, it's a wonderful strike there. Wonderful strike there from Joshua Dumpies.
No mistake the second time around. Sliding to the business end of this half. 29 minutes gone, 14-0. pure physics there. Bigger, stronger goes over. Zephyr Smith looking for a deepish kickoff. Well taken again by Kruger. Phenomenal skill, taking it above his head. Rain. Offloading contact is a good one. So starting to find a bit of rhythm on attack now. There the pass goes from Dumpies. Seymour comes back inside. Try scorer Reed commits 2 defenders. Let's grab a man down in the backfield there. Ref has blown the whistle. Looks like Caleb Janssen has jumped back on his feet. Give a scrum to Paul Roos, who in possession.
Yeah, they're looking at a bit of a back injury at the moment. They were worried it was a head injury. That's why the referee stopped the game. The medics were on the field to play, and all precautions need to be taken, especially if there's any sort of head injury.
Safety paramount, of course, at all levels of rugby union.
Scrums
still have to dig deep, yeah?
Yeah, the scrums look to lock horns again, yeah, Fenner. Paul Roos ball. We'll see if they're going to try and milk the penalty or have a move out wide. Still playing into this very stiff.
Looks like they've set quite wide and deep. I think they have a go. They've had mincemeat in the outside channel so far of the great defence. You've also got Stoffels lurking quite close to this near touchline. And here he comes. Will Ryan to Stoffels, who bangs it in field. Pressure on Meyer Prince, who deals with that up and under really, really well. Oh, tosses the ball away. Bizio. Offloads. Luke de Villiers under massive pressure. And a penalty to Gray. Paul Roos off their feet. The ruck situation.
Yeah, nice enterprising stuff there from Bizio. And de Villiers looking to take it wide, trying to find some space out there. Very few kinks in the Paul Roos armour at this stage. And Gray still trying to feel their way around the field. Still feel the line-out ball is something they should focus on. You see there, Paul Roos boys just falling over the ball at ruck time. And referee deciding it's a penalty to Gray.
Thompson goes to them, and he's missed the throw. Robbie sets off. We'll tackle by Pongolo. Smith looks for the turnover, which does not come. Dumpies. And Paul Roos off they go. Matthew Klein. Bahrain. Great hands from Reed. Finds Riley Norton. Norton still going, throws the backhand pass, which doesn't go to hand. Chance for greater counter-attack. Have advantage. And Kersey slowing it down. So either struggling at the scrum, you think they want to try and have a go on the outside. Lodlo marshals his troops here. Just a minute, 2 minutes ago in this first half. Hobson looks left and right. It's route one for him. Lodlo. Tough pass for Zephyr Smith, who deals with that quite well. It's a great kick from young Zephyr.
Yeah, excellent exit there from the young grade 11 boy, Zephyr Smith. Taking play right up to the halfway line.
The man whose name is that of a wind somewhere in Europe, using the wind to good effect.
A gentle breeze, they call it. Unlike what we're experiencing here today, Finna. Not the greatest pass above his head, but well collected. And a great strike from the young man. Excellent exit. Rabe with the feed into the line-out.
Some tall timber in this Paul Roos pack. And that's a great ball to the front. As they set that impressive drive of theirs again. 14-0, just a minute to go. They'd like to end this off with another try. As the ball is over, it's great. Backline allowed to come up to the last feet. Advantage for collapsing. Okay, attack the ruck unsuccessfully. Borain looks to the short side. Open side it is. Hobson attempts the turnover, no advantage for the collapse of the maul. It's been tough for Joshua Dumpies to create any sort of distance and a kick into this wind.
Yeah, Hobson did well at Rucktail to hustle and get the potential turnover. And referee came back for the early infringement, which was the penalty to Paul Roos. Yeah, so I think there was just a very late collapse there. Pretty much a tackle at the back of the ruck from number 7, Blayton Ward, which in all rights was a penalty to Paul Roos.
Gotta be careful. They've been pinged for that twice already. Next time becomes a card in all likelihood. As Paul Roos, off they go. Robbie controls it at the back with Van Vieren and Reed in support. It's great, turn it over. No, referee says that ball was out. You come from the side, my friend. Borain taps and goes. Still going. And holding is the call. A moment of good fortune for the host here, right on the brink of half time.
Yeah, the Paul Roos management will not be happy with that. They should have slowed that down, taken the line out, possibly get them all working again. Quick tap and go. Gray were wise to it and got all hands in the ruck and got the turnover.
I suppose a very fair reflection of an excellent performance from Paul Roos into a stiff breeze here. 14-0. Looks like anyway we're back after a short commercial break.
back to the metropolis of Gqeberha, capital of Eastern Cape, for this Sportsman's Warehouse Premier School Interschools encounter between Grey High and Paul Roos from Stellenbosch. Tough first half for the Grey boys, still not on the scoreboard, and Paul Roos gaining 14 points that first half as the fly of Joshua Dumpies gets a deep kick deep into Grey's half as John Hobson runs it up. Grey playing into a very stiff breeze in the second half. So everything to play for the Grey boys. Paul Roos definitely controlled things in that first half, putting a decent 14 points on the board. Controlled their lineouts. Scrum time is very strong at the moment.
It's a curious choice of a box kick into this win as Paul Roos trying to run it back. But we've got the flag up on the far side. Keenan Stoffels is keen to have a crack. I think stepped on the touchline. So Grey have to get out of second gear here.
Everything to play for in the second half, and as we said earlier, stiff breeze, not much kicking opportunities in the second half for Grey. They're going to have to keep ball in hand, pick and goes, win a couple of the set pieces, and try and see what their backs can do.
Fierce contest with that ball at the front of the lineouts. Looks like Ben Wessels is coming for the Grey side, not sure which position. As he gets through the hands there, May Prinsloo. Passes behind Luke de Villiers, but no advantage to Grey. They have a penalty from that, for a high tackle after the lineout. Every Potberg has been on the spot today. Essentially, all these good men that give up their Saturdays to run around with the whistle, take abuse from ignorant spectators, coaches and players.
They've been really good today, Fenner. Very impressed throughout the age groups. The refereeing's been of a very high quality.
What a marvellous occasion it has been. Large crowd here around the Khaleesi field. It's a proper jeer from the Paul Roos boys at John Hobson as he feeds that line which is turned over. I think Ronnie Norton got up in the front, they took the ball. As Nordia looks for the turnover here, unsuccessfully. Bahrain. Great carry from Charles Holwell. Dumpies finds a bit of space. That's a good kick. Work from Prinsloo, although it's going over the try line, so 22 drop out it'll be. Paul Roos are very mature decision makers. All the two halfbacks. Up in the front, Riley Norton, thank you very much. It's had a good game so far as the captain of Paul Roos. Zephyr Smith has kept it in play, well taken by Hugo Kutsia. Bahrain. Paul Roos metronomic on attack here, finding their rhythm. That's a good tackle. Bahrain caught in possession there. Dumpies deputises at half back, and that's been intercepted. Stephen Lee. Winning a couple of hard yards. It's slow though. Sodlaka busts a hole open for himself. Going around the corner, Tanner Howard standing still though. Advantage for offsides.
Yeah, good passage of play there from Grey. Really taking the ball and the game all the way to Paul Roos. I see a couple of substitutes come on at half-time. Dylan Garrett is on for Rick Biggio in the centres. And as you mentioned there, Ben Wessels has come onto the field in the forward pack. And they'll try and strengthen things up front. Yeah, just to control that ball at scrum time and maybe also at line-out time as well.
I think Caleb Janssen is possibly the man who's left the field on the flank.
Yeah, he took quite a big knock towards the end of the first half, and he's probably been rested at the moment. As Hobson tries to get the call in here, as you see the replay. Just slightly offsides there, referee picked that up.
Great bit of misdirection there. Tanner Howard takes it at the front. So we'd have to get out of the way. Sodlaka to the seam next to the lineouts. Zita. Man who was filming rugby last year, not playing first team. Smith. Pongolo through a half gap. Isolated though. Steges looks for the turnover, doesn't get it. Sodlaka. Best passage of play for Grey all game long here. Standing still is Tanner Howard. And a penalty to Paul Roos. Great defense from them. Disappointing outcome there for the hosts.
Yeah, they won't be happy with that. Just running out of support runners there. And Tanner Howard getting himself slightly isolated. Obviously wasn't part of the play.
Interesting choice in the scrum off to try and change direction that early. In the meantime, Maya Prince with a chance to run. Sets off to the outside. Beats one. Was it Pongolo was upended there. Swinging leg of the defender. Sodlaka. Lodlo. Zita with a deft little offloading contact to Pongola. And another turnover for Paul Roos. This time the ref felt he hadn't maintained his feet, so it's advantage to Grey. We'll want to speed this attack up. Now the call is knock on, so this turnover was successful.
Yeah, big concerns for Grey. Fenner Sodlaka stayed down after that big hit, that big carry he made. He took a double hit at him, looked like he's holding his shoulder. And this will definitely concern the coaching staff on the sideline.
Of course, the fixtures don't stop here. Provincial trials lie ahead for a lot of boys on both of these sides. The festivals and the derbies keep going.
The reunions in 2 weeks' time. Queen's College going to join us here in Gqeberha.
Paul Roos will go to Wilderklave next week. Grey will host their festival. 2 games Thursday and Saturday. It's a rugby for these young men to play. Sodlaka in real trouble here. Talismanic for his team. Grey side full of heart. A little bit short on stars this year. He has really been a standout for them all season long. He was a really missing factor for them in their loss against Hilton College.
Ex-basketball player he was. You'll see here with the carry, Sodlaka just had a huge hit there, shoulder to shoulder.
He took a knee on the shoulder there from the defender. A bit of a stinger, it makes it a little bit better, probably a bit less serious than we thought, seeing that. It's marvellous coverage, Supersport Schools, Premier Schools game brought to you by Sportsman's Warehouse and We Buy Cars. Marvellous for these young men, highlights of their school careers to be involved in events like this. Bumper crowd it is around the Gimnasium today. I think all of 6,000 people here. Space for a hippopotamus, as Carl Stammen would say.
Yeah, it's been a wonderful turnout. Boys all cheering loudly for their teams. Grey definitely to put some points on the board during the second half.
Off the back they go Hobson and Dylan Garrett. Manhandled. There's a bit of go forward. Sodlaka again. Okay, with an advantage, Hobson. Howard. And the Paul Roos boys is down. And the far side, Hobson. As Borain digs for the turnover, which doesn't come. Lodlo. Zephyr Smith. Looks for a cross kick. Luke de Villiers was brilliantly taken in the air. No advantage, I'll come back for the previous infringement.
Yeah, looks like Kutsia and Princely getting to know each other a bit better there on the left wing. Referee was playing an advantage, hence the cross kick from Smith. Unfortunately did not go to hand, and they'll come back and look to put this out deep inside the Paul Roos 22. And they'll try and rely on their line out maul skills to get over the line for the first time in this game.
That's a nice nudge from Smith. Grey, Lana has not been firing all cylinders. They'll want to execute here. 14-0 in the second half of this Premier Schools game. With the first win against Paul Roos in 2017 on Grey High. Now turned over the front again. Great work by Paul Roos. The competing has been excellent, but a penalty against him here. Holding on the ground. Stephen, he looks to take it quickly. And decision making here for the boys in his year. The try the ball has not been successful. Now they're going to kick it out. Zephyr Smith comes, takes the ball.
Yeah, line-out's just not functioning like Gray would like. It really is a weapon when it's firing on all cylinders, but today has been a rather iffy day as Hobson looks to find his jumpers this time round.
Oh, and it's gone right through Blayton Ward's hands. Disappointing outcome yet again. And Paul Roos with a chance to clear their lines with a strong win. I imagine Dumpies will give this some air. Straight exit. And he hasn't found touch though. And Smith has knocked it on. Refs his play. I think the ball carried forward. Meyer Prince are in all sorts of trouble here. Somehow Graham managed to maintain possession. And now they've got to find a way to get back into Paul Roos territory. Mordier takes it across the line. As I said, a pot to the short side, Hobson. Paul Roos has slowed the ball down very, very effectively at the breakdown. The Caterpillar ruck again. It's a teasing the up and under from Ndlodlo. Brilliantly taken by Dumpies. Oh, he spun out of that tackle, was very, very impressive. Double Rain, an iffy box kick. Which bounces forward, Meyer Prinsloo looking for a hole, and he's well tackled as Meyer Prinsloo. Actually manhandled here by the pursuing Paul Roos forwards. I think it was Gert Kemp who got the tackle on him.
Gray, we're looking to restart again, yeah. Ndlodlo with the box kick. And try and take play deep inside Paul Roos's half.
It's too far to be contested. Let's kick back. Net gain for Paul Roos and allowed it to bounce on the pitch as well. It's a fairly disappointing end. Essentially the cricket pitch comes into play quite a lot in this field.
Yeah, just better communication between the back two there. Unfortunately, letting the ball bounce. Zephyr looking for a decent 22 drop off. Paul Roos also looking to let it bounce. Big hit there from Hobson.
And knocked on there the wide pass. And in the contrast in styles is Paul Roos giving the ball a bit of air. Comfortable lead, 14-0 at the moment.
Yeah, Dylan Garrett throwing himself into tackles out there. Coming on now in the second half with a fresh pair of legs.
Here it is. Flying in at Ruben Kruger. Pensive at the moment. Paul Roos probably the more comfortable of the two sides, but you don't feel this game is over by any stretch of the imagination yet. Grey just need to make something happen. For a moment of magic here, something to spark a comeback for them. So Paul Roos will look to put this game to bed. Paul Rain has got through a lot of work here as the scrum off.
Yeah, Gray need to manage his set pieces. Those line-outs, they're going to rue those chances, those line-outs in the 22. And yeah, we've got scrum time. Got to get that ball out, route one from Hobson down to Ndlodlo.
That's a better kick. Work to do here for Matthew Seymour. Hobson could get a turnover here if he's got over the ball, and he does. Not the best option from Seymour there. Probably should have put it on the foot as well.
Yeah, ever-present Hobson at ruck time again, getting his hands all over the ball. Excellent turnover penalty there.
It hasn't been pretty, but it's worked. And Gray with a chance to enter into Paul Roos's 22 again. And you feel they've got to get points on the board here. It's a change for Paul Roos. A substitution being made. the tackle, the ever-present Dylan Garrett, and then John Hobson getting over the ball. Like a limpet, you weren't going to get him off that possession.
Back in the 22, Fenner, for about the umpteenth time. Gray has to get some points from these opportunities.
And again, the throw, Zita tidies up at the back. And the turnover is a brilliant one by Riley Norton. Slow ball management here from Paul Roos to suck in a few defenders before they feed Dumpies. Lots of time. Goes across the field. Mayo Prince with a chance again. He'll run, feeds Luke. Oh, De Villiers was losing his balance when he was tackled there by Kutsia. Dylan Garrett breaks with the break of the ruck. Pongolo down the touchline. Beats one, beats two, beats three. Again, Paul Roos attempt to slow the ball down, but the penalty is forthcoming.
Yeah, Gray looking very fired up after that. Excellent move down the left-hand wing here by Pongolo. Bouncing off 2 or 3 defenders and really getting his team fired up. You always need a spark of magic like that just to get the team on your side. Building up some confidence for the Grey boys as Zephyr Smith looks to put ball into touch. The problem they have is the lineouts haven't been working 100% today, so there's a bit of a lack of confidence. Tap and go.
Interesting option here. Nordia. And the ball is slow for Gray. Zita picks and goes. Always be careful not to fall over the ball. Stephen Lee. Forrest defended these very well in the first few minutes of the first half. Zita.
Nothing on out wide. It's going to have to be the pick and go.
And there's Sodlaka.
And try time!
Snuck over has the corner Sodlaka. Finally something for the home crowd to cheer about. The talisman himself. And he stayed down off that as Sodlaka. 5-play-14 with a conversion to come.
Sodlaka definitely playing through the pain. He's really struggling out there after that injury he caught up a few moments ago. But excellent pick and go with a bit of help from his teammates to push him over the line.
Chasing the first out away there. I don't need you, leave me alone.
Giving the physio the thumbs up. All okay, sir. Don't worry about me.
14-5. 17 minutes to go. And you've got to feel, if you're looking at tactics here, Paul Roos haven't really made good use of the wind, Garen. Thought they'd have probed those corners a little bit better. And they've allowed Gray back in, and Stephen Lee looks to be leaving the field for Gray.
Yeah, he's also taken a few knocks today. The heavyweight blondie going through a lot of work today. As Zephyr Smith looks to convert brilliantly. Using this east wind to his advantage. Aiming up at the left upright with a sneaky little fade in.
Low screamer that was.
Add 2 points to the notice board there. Paul Roos leading 14 points to 7 with about 16 minutes left on the clock.
So 7+14. As Dumpies goes nice and deep here. Take him Hobson. And Zephyr Smith. There's the try there. Sodlaka, after Zita's attempt, able to get through. Score Gray's first try. The Paul Roos straight back on attack here. They're lying in front of the Grey stand. They're not taking their chance to make some noise at the visiting hooker.
Yeah, I think they got the loudspeakers and the microwave on tow there.
And it's been turned up by Gray. Driven trying to detach, so no advantage, knocked on in the lineouts, says referee Potberg. Gray will feed a scrum on the 15.
Excellent work there from Gray on a massive defensive line out to disrupt that attacking play. Referee did spot a slight knock on. So we'll give Gray a good opportunity to exit their half.
See Vessels is scrumming at hooker and Hobson has shifted to 8th man. Fairly versatile sportsman is Hobson. Top golfer in the school. I think if he was playing the sport, played in the first team last year.
Yeah, they make a tough decision to drop golf to focus on rugby. Multi-talented individual he is.
And he's a 5th generation Gray. Quite remarkable. I think one of his forebears was one of the first intake of Merriweather House when the hostel opened on this campus over 100 years ago. So our family, it's sort of entwined in the tradition of the school and the history of Gray. Do you hope he or one of his brothers will be sending their sons here as well in the future? Marvelous traditions of these great schools. Paul Roos lead by 14-7 here. It's 15 minutes of what has been a bumper weekend of action here. A derby day of epic proportions between two great schools. Another good scrum by Paul Roos. Lordlaw. Finds Zephyr Smith, who puts a probing little kick into the middle. Taken by Luke de Villiers. Stoffels fights hard to start the ball down. Sodlaka's been isolated here, but they keep possession. Smith. Prinsloo shifts the pass to Hobson. And look at his hands free to offload. Leighton Ward. Haven't seen much of him in the game. Hobson throws himself in that contact and the turnover is good. Marvellous defence by Paul Roos. Got back into shape really quickly after that initial break by de Villiers. You'll see that cross kick again, Gary.
Yeah, great option there from Smith and de Villiers. Beautifully taken out the air. And support runners on toe. Almost like a 4-on-2. Just couldn't get that ball away in the tackle. But some good recycling there from Gray, and they'll take some positives from that going into the last 12 minutes.
Zach Fletcher Brooks is coming for Gray as well.
Let's go, Charlie.
Unfortunately there, Hobson earlier just getting a little bit isolated.
Well, so Laka still on the field, and that throw is missed, and Hobson puts it to the foot. Oh, it's a great kick by the hooker. But Sears unhappy. And nearly a 50-22.
I did say multi-talented. Smith better be careful to fly off there the way Hobson's playing today.
So I feel the energy here has changed a little bit. Springing the step of the host team. 14-7 Paul Roos lead. Yeah, turnover again. Hobson finds Ben Vessels. Sodlaka. It's a poor pass. Zephyr Smith throws it off the back. Konkolo. Scorsano looking to get away from the touchline. As he gets to ground. Ben Vessels. And turnover again. It's been an incredible defensive performance by Paul Roos, Gary.
Yeah, it's just that strength at ruck time. The Paul Roos guys are on their feet, all right to the ball, and Gray just not hitting the ruck with the strength they need to clear the guy from the ball. All credit to the Paul Roosies. Hanging in this game with a 14-7 lead, with about 10 minutes of play left, and a massive penalty kick there from Dumpies. Taking play pretty much up to the 22, grade 22.
It's probably his best kick of the day from Dumpies, but yeah, great work over the ball.
Yeah, Gray will be unhappy with that. Really had opportunities inside Paul Roos half there, just not taking them once again. As you see how those flags are blowing in the background. Gray will have to pick and go. some 80-odd meters to get back into strike zone of Paul Roos.
And a contested Kruger takes it as they set that drive. It's been such a potent weapon all day long for Paul Roos. Robbie controls at the back. And Robbie breaks free. Phenomenal ball player is Robbie. For Rain. Finds Riley Norton. There's Paul Roos back and forwards. Starting to get through some phases here. Positive carry after positive carry. It's a great attempt to slow the ball down as well. For Rain. Standing start for Oliver Reed.
Good scrambled defense here from Gray. Ready to get this Maroon machine out as the clock ticks down. Paul Roos still holding a slender lead.
Pick and go is a good one again. Close to the line now. They can put this game to bed, Paul Roos, in the next couple of seconds if they can gain their third try. Another pick and go. Norton. Garrett attempts to get hands on it successfully. Bahrain marshals his troops. Kemp is the target this time. Responsible for that crucial turnover not so long ago. Reed. Get it wide. Dumpies. It's a good tackle on the outside, and a penalty comes finally. Gray's turn to show tremendous defensive efforts here.
Massive show of character there from the Grey boys.
This feels like two tight heavyweight boxes here. No one can put a killer blow in. Both sides coming off quite tough matches last week. Gray against Weinberg and Paul Roos, a tremendous victory that against Paul Boys. We see that phase of attack coming to an end. There's Ben Vessels. Boy, also plays first team squash for his school. Doing the turnover. But Gray got a long way to go with this win. They need some magic here to level the scores. Brits takes that ball at the back of the line out. Urging his boys on is Fletcher. Lodlaw gets to take it. Thompson says let's have another one little last crack here. And Lodlaw's kick is a good one. But it's straight out. The debate, I think it was touch to hand. AR changed his mind. Probably the referee has overruled the AR and said no, we'll go all the way back down.
I think you're right there, Fenner. I think it was a half charge down on the box kick. Interesting decision, but
Gray feed the line. We see a stick in the tail here. 7 plays 14. Just on 6 minutes to go. And great contest again from Riley Norton. For Rain. Paul Roos had the personnel to deal with this. It's a good ball carrying forwards of theirs. The dominance up front, so they're quite happy to slow the ball down, but now Bahrain will ball that caterpillar ruck. But Gray back in the territory again. It's a good kick. Taken by Maya Prinsloo. Prinsloo sets up across the field, stabs a little cross kick. Seymour collects it. The best option from Prinsloo. Matthew Klein deputises at 9. Positive carry for Paul Roos. And Dumpy shows and goes, finds a bit of space. He's well tackled by Maya Prinsloo. Rain falls over his own feet. Dumpy's at 9. Reed. Kemp slips through. Through the hands it goes. And Stoffel scores in the corner. And that should be the game, Gary.
Yeah, Fernand, you can just see scoreboard pressure building on Grey. Some real desperate defense there. All credit to the character of the Grey boys getting stuck in, causing a couple of turnovers in the last few minutes of the game. But as the pressure built, unfortunately Grey could just not contain the wide ball there, and Paul Roos had the options to go wide. The pick and go, sucking in the Grey defense. And then quick ball out to the wing, some lovely passing from the captain, Riley Norton.
Well, Roos has shown their quality here. They've went to the Stormers' Grey side, has really played some intelligent rugby, put them under pressure. They've had a chance to score a try here, and Stoffel's break sparked it. My apologies, Dumpy's and Stoffel's. I've got the guys confused all day long, but Dumpy sparked the break. And we have a council lead now. Two little time left for Grey. This back. That's a marvelous kick and it's over.
Leaving the best for last year on the poor Roosies.
Taking it, showing us exactly what he can do. As the try, Stoffels. Who knows where the corner is.
Yeah, it's a wonderful conversion right in front of the Grey stand, and all that pressure and all that heat from the Grey boys.
21-7.
But
pugnacious performance from the underdog here. As De Villiers nearly grabbed that, but knocked on by Paul Roos, and yet another chance for Grey. Score some more points here.
Oh, Fenn, as we tick down just below 3 minutes left on the clock. You're looking at your player of the match. Are you got any highlights that you've enjoyed from today's episodes?
Well, Rain and Dumpies have been really good, but for me, Oliver Reed, that initial effort in the first 15 minutes was remarkable. Absolutely awesome. And I think that's my man of the match is the loose head prop from Paul Roos.
Yeah, I would tend to agree. I think the damage done in the first 10-15 minutes by the man, the offloads, the breakthroughs, just playing like a centre and offloading while he went was phenomenal. I don't think Riley Norton was too far behind the curve there. A great inspirational captain that they've got. Really dominated the lineouts, frustrated the Grey lineouts, which is one of Grey's strengths in their game, is their lineout mauling. And unfortunately that was handicapped today by young Riley Norton and his troops.
So they've been made to work really hard. That Paul Roos, a very pugnacious effort from Grey.
No, I think Grey's been extremely brave today. I made a few more substitutions on the field. Looks like Lamprecht is on at 10. Also a mercurial fly-off, natural fly-off, sprinter by trade. So if he sniffs a half gap, he'll be gone. But Grey here looking to end on a high with just about a minute and a half left on the clock. They'll be looking to try and put a few more points on the board.
So this scrum in the right part of the field for Grey. Paul Roos has been very, very workmanlike, very accurate here today. They've been allowed to express themselves as much as I think they would have liked by a very brave effort by the hosts. Lamprecht stands a little kick ahead here. And Meyer Prince has gathered it. Lodlo. Sodlaka again.
Yeah, he's been a workhorse today for Grey. CJ Nordier on the big carry. Just under a minute left on the clock.
Konani Zita. There's attack that ruck, disrupted beautifully. Hobson standing still. Well tackled by Gert Kemp, and this time it's Paul Roos' turn for a turnover. About 30 seconds left on the clock.
Yeah, I think unfortunately, Finn, that's been pretty much the order of the day. I think the rucks have been won by Paul Roos. They've been much stronger over the ball. Not enough cleaners there from Grey.
Dumpies has not found touch. Maya Prinsloo with one last crack. He beats Gimnasium with a step. Comes up the touchline. Well tackled by Riley Norton. Nordia standing still. We've got some meters to go here to Gray. Lodlaw finds Stephen Lapracht. Caught behind the advantage line as Paulus flood the ruck. Oh, that'll be the game.
Oh, that's unfortunate from young de Villiers there. He's had a sterling game. One of the smallest men in the field with the biggest heart. Unlucky to Grey hard today. Well done to the Maroon machine that moves on to next week.
Yeah, there are not many unbeaten teams left in the country. Paul Roos march on. As their supporters flood the field, they'll be very proud of their school. Proud of that first team performance. Really didn't get a chance to express themselves today, but 3 chances to score tries. And they did some outstanding performances from some of their forwards. It's what wonderful coverage from Super Sports schools today. Another Premier schools clash. There are many more to look forward to this season. Some of the top schools in South Africa. As we look at the images of the boys in maroon with the bragging rights after a wonderful performance.
Yeah, it's been a great weekend of schoolboy rugby finna. But here on the Khaleesi field in Gqeberha in this beautiful winter's day, Grey going down 21 points to 7 to Paul Roos. Yeah, so as we wrap up on this beautiful winter's afternoon, right, we're looking at some highlight packages here for the play of the game. And play of the match will be interviewed by Mr. Fenner Barnard.
I think just generally off the bat, I think we can say that we did a good job. Conditions were harsh, but I think we've got a lot to work on, and I know the boys will realise that. But I mean, proud that we got over the line, and really proud of the boys today. We're playing, I think, Monument first, so also going to be a tough one, going to be a draft, going to be a tough slog. But I know the boys are going to be up for it. I know that they're really going to put in a big performance.
Yeah, the player of the match award going to Oliver Reed. It's his second year in the first team at Paul Roos, and he had a wonderful first half. It was a tight call between him and Riley Norton, who really dominated the lineouts and led his team courageously to this victory here on the Khaleesi field. And he's receiving the player of the match, 1,000 Rand, into his pocket. I'm sure he'll put that into textbooks and pens and pencils for his academic education. But thanks again to everyone who's tuned in on this beautiful day here at Grey High School. Lots of rugby in ahead for the next few months. It's been great having Finn on the mic again, and myself, Gary Nevitz. It's been an absolute pleasure. Enjoy the rest of the weekend.